Well, what's up, you wonderful people? It is I, Nima, and today I want to talk about a game that I beat recently. Yes, I'm starting kind of a new series, and this is just for games that I beat when I'm not playing games I'm reviewing or talking about anything else that's game related. And so I kind of just want to start from a point of about a year ago when I started this channel, a little under a year ago. We're getting ready for that anniversary. I probably shouldn't have been a game reviewer because I had such a narrow idea of what games I actually enjoyed and understood how to enjoy them. And it's interesting after the last year and really challenging myself and pushing to play different games and to see things objectively and to play games objectively, how much I really did need to learn to adapt to other games and to be able to see the good and the bad of different genres. I could have said I'm an RPG or an action adventure reviewer, but there were so many games I just didn't play. And so starting this series off with Tales of Iron is something that never would have happened. I would say like a good 11 months ago. There's multiple reasons why. Tales of Iron not only is often called a Souls-like, which for me, right off the bat, is not good, because Souls-like usually means hard, and I'm stink, so it's not going to be anything that I want to play. But I, again, have learned that that doesn't always mean a bad thing, and in fact, I think sometimes we kind of scare ourselves away or maybe undercredit ourselves for our abilities to play. In a lot of Souls-like games, I'm actually pretty good, or at least I'm average. I can get through a lot of them. And I happened to find Tales of Iron at a local mom and pop shop, and I wanted to get it anyway. It's an indie game. It's a good collector's piece, but I decided to just try it, and wow, did I love that game. This game became such a problem for me because I had reviews to do. I had other things I needed to do. I needed to sleep, and I would stay up way too late, spend way too much of my time playing Tales of Iron, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. This game, if you haven't heard of it or don't know much about it, you play as a rat, and you are the prince. Very quickly you become the king when a frog colony attacks and overthrows your kingdom, leaving it just in ruins. The entire village, your entire kingdom is just ransacked and dilapidated. It's very disheartening and very, I don't know, sad. And you have to pick up from the ruins and build up your colony. You have to build up your kingdom. And at the same time, you're still dealing with the fact that your family has basically been mass murdered by these evil frogs. And I think that's the only thing that keeps this game from being too dark is that it's animals. But in some ways, it gets pretty dark and it is very vicious. But what I think is cool is that this game is very open-ended, even if it doesn't seem like it. Yes, it is 2D, it's side-scrolling. There's only so far you can go, but the amount that you can explore and the amount of things that you can find, the puzzles that are available to open up more of the world, this including like optional boss fights. And yes, there is a version of Thor as a rat in this game. You gotta find him. It's pretty cool. Not to mention, I like the idea of going through maybe a segmented area, fighting off enemies, facing like a very substantial boss, and then seeing the changes that not only you helping, but you also beating the boss and you being a part of whatever, community that is being tortured by this boss. You can immediately see the changes. I really think that's cool. And over time, you see that your kingdom is regrowing and it's becoming stronger and more self-sufficient. They don't need you as much, and you're still trying to gain your revenge and ultimately to feel worthy of wearing the crown. There's a lot to this game, as well as a ton of like accessories, weapons, armor, so much of that it gets to be a little bit overwhelming as to how you want to play the game. Meaning you can have heavy armor, a heavy sword, a big shield, but you're going to be slower, or you can run super light, like with I believe an axe or like a dagger. I personally ran with a spear the entire time. Didn't really focus on defense more of a dodge guy kind of guy. I like the dodge and roll mechanic. But this game goes even further because at some point you actually meet a different group of animals, the moles. And the moles, man, they know everything about technology. Like they straight up created steam technology. So they've got like elevator type things, they got cars, they have like a mass transit system, and you have to appeal to them and to get them on your side, but to understand the differences and come together to fight off the frogs, because the frogs are a problem for them. Now, one thing I will talk about, the difficulty. The difficulty is something that does need to be discussed, because yeah, it's kind of appropriate to call it a Souls-like. It's appropriate to say that this is a very difficult game. But the way I started off playing is I started off on medium. I got my butt kicked immediately, and I decided, you know what, I'm not going to let that ruin this. I really care about this story. I love this world. Like, the environment is beautiful. The character design, everything is just fantastic. So I went to the settings and I turned it to easy. I know, for some people that's sacrilege, but I wanted to enjoy it. So I did that, and I played for maybe a couple hours, and then I realized, okay, the game's getting easy. So I switched it to medium, and I basically had to adapt to the controls and get the feel for the animation and basically just, I guess, kind of get used to the game. And once I did, I was fine running on medium for a while. And I'll admit, yes, there was times when I'd run up to a boss that I had to switch it back to medium, or to easy, sorry. And that's fine. Like, I'm not here to be a gatekeeper. And if any of you, and I'm sure there's going to be some people who are like, I beat it on hard, I only play hard. Okay, cool, that's good for you. But that's not what I'm here for. That's not what that game's for. If I would have had a stream where I said, I'm going to only play a game on the hardest difficulty, all right, then yeah, call me out for that. Or call any other gamer out. But I'm not here to be a gatekeeper on who can play what and what difficulty level they should be playing at. But for me, I actually enjoyed it, because I get to actually fully enjoy this game, knowing that if I probably would have kept it on easy, or kept it on medium, I probably would have given up at some point. So switching back and forth really facilitated what I needed, and it still gave me a challenge. Like, I didn't just go straight to easy when I died once. No, it was 10, 12 times before I would switch over. And I also had to understand my strategies were off, and I had to look at different proponents to what I can do to change the outcome of the battle. But ultimately, this was all about an experience for me, and I really enjoyed myself with Tales of Iron. I think this is a great game. By the way, this game is on sale until July 7th, I believe. It's like $12.99 right now, and I'm telling you, this game is well worth it. But I'm not trying to sell you on a game. I'm not trying to do any of that. I just wanted to do a series every now and then about games that I'm beating, games that I'm playing, when I'm not talking about games I'm reviewing or games I'm demoing and whatnot. But anyway, guys, if you stayed till the end, I really, really appreciate you. Let me know your thoughts. Have you played Tales of Iron? Is this something that you've thought about or heard about? Something that you've given a significant look into? And yeah, just all the comments down below. I appreciate them. If you guys aren't, please hit that like and subscribe button. No one listens. No one's going to be here anyway. But anyway, I love you guys. Take care.